Welcome to another episode of Yearbook Avenue 101. Today's episode is how to prep your portraits for placement. First, locate the portrait disc, it might be a CD, it might be a DVD, that your photographer has sent to you. Usually it has a label on it that says something like for yearbook publication use or whatever. As an added precaution, consider copying the disc before you mail it to us. It's easier to use a copy you made than to get a replacement from your photographer should anything happen to it in the mail. Then, find a Jostens YearTech Online disc mailer in your yearbook kit. It looks like this. Mark the front as containing your portrait disc. Then, find a sheet of labels for your printing plant in your yearbook kit. One of them would look like this. Place one in the address area. Make sure to fill out the return address area, especially your job number. Then, flip the mailer over and fill out the info on the back. Fill out all the information on the label. First, choose whether you want color portraits or black and white, how they should be sorted by teacher, grade, homeroom, etc., what to do with duplicate images, and make sure you write your job number on the disc itself, and make sure that you've also put it on the front label. Put postage on it and send it to the plant. Within a few days of your disc arriving at the plant, your pictures will be uploaded to your image library under your portrait category. It is very important to edit them before you use them. To prep your portraits for placement, do the following. Go to the Create menu, choose Image Library, and open your Portrait category. Then, click the down arrow so that you can see all the portrait categories that were supplied to you by your photographer. First, go into the No Grade category, and you may find one or a number of portraits in there that for some reason did not have a grade attached to them. You'll need to go through with a list from your office, figure out what grade these kids are in, and then drag them, just by clicking and dragging them, to the correct category. Second, check for any no name category. These are students that did not fill out the name and the photographer does not know who they are, or they wrote it so poorly that they can't tell. Double click the photo to open it. When the photo opens, there is a small, difficult to see sometimes, pencil in the upper right hand corner. Click it. When that opens up, you can highlight the first name and type it in. If you know a middle name, you can do that. Highlight the last name and then tell it OK. When you're finished, click Done. Now, once we refresh this page, or go to a different piece and come back to it, this person now has a name on it, and we can drag them into the correct grade. Third, go through the portraits and compare them to a student list you obtained from the office to be sure that all the students are in the right grade. If they aren't, drag them to the correct category. If this young lady here is really a 7th grader, you can just click on her and drag her to the 7th grade. Lastly, check for any strange categories that may pop up. Sometimes photographers will add ones by mistake or just have one that they use for their own coding. When you're done, you should have one category for each grade or homeroom, depending on how you're organizing your mugshots, and of course one for your faculty and staff. If you then are checking for misspelled names and you find any, double click on the photo to open it. When it does, click the pencil icon again on the upper right, and you can come in here and make changes to that. When you're done, tell it OK if you did make a change to it. So we will change this to, and tell it OK, and then once again tell it that you're done. If you find any duplicate portraits, someone had retakes done, select the duplicate you do not want to use, double click it. When it opens, go to the Details tab in the upper right, and where it says Use Portrait, click and say Don't use this portrait. When you're done, apply the changes and tell it Done. Lastly, make sure to run the duplicate student report to help with tagging in the future. To do that, you're going to go to Create, and you're going to choose Coverage Report, and you're going to click on Merge Duplicates. That's all there is to it. Once you've done that, your portraits are ready to be flowed, and we'll have another video on that.